ॐ पठामि संस्कृतं नित्यं वदामि संस्कृतं सदा ध्यायामि संस्कृतं सम्यक् वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम् वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्। Hari Om everybody. So we have many students here. Already they have some background. They are studying also on their own. So there is no new student here. So I can go a little bit fast. Okay, first of all, myself Vasant Patil. I am from Mumbai. And I have done Vedanta course in Sandipani Sadhanalaya, Chinmay Mission. Our course I have done 2-year Vedanta course. There I have learned advanced Sanskrit. And when I was in Alandi, Pune, there is one place in Maharashtra, Mumbai, Alandi, many of us we know. Dhaneshwar Maharaj place. There I lived for 4 years. There I did little bit sadhana. 4 years there I lived.
सर काहीच आवाज येत नाहीये.
Yes, sir.
There I learned basic Sanskrit. Basic in the sense mediocre level Sanskrit. There I learned. So my journey specifically started with Bhandarkar. You know, there is one beautiful text called Bhandarkar. They have 2 volumes, small, 2 volumes Bhandarkar, which they specifically, you know, created. They made books only for Britishers. Actually, we don't, Indians, we don't use that, but that book is so nice, well structured. Bhandarkar is the name of that author. He is such a scholar person. And there I learned 2 volumes of Bhandarkar. So with that background, and we are going to see text, name is Rachnanuvad Kaumudi. I will write it down. Rachnanuvad Kaumudi. This is the text. Actually, they have 3 parts, 3 volumes you can say. First is Prarambhik Rachnanuvad. Prarambhik Rachnanuvad. There they have 30 chapters. Okay. Second is mediocre level, which is Rachnanuvad Kaumudi. There is no another title for this. Rachnanuvad Kaumudi, simple title. And there is third one, which is called Praudha. Praudha means like matured. Only matured Sanskrit aspirants can go there and learn. So a little bit advanced, we can say, in normal language. Means what? Rachnanuvad Prarambhik, then Rachnanuvad, and main Praudha Rachnanuvad is there. We are going to study Rachnanuvad Kaumudi, means the mediocre level one. Mediocre level. That we are going to study. Okay. In that, 60 chapters we have. 60 chapters we have to study. Means there are 60 chapters. If you want to divide level, you know, we like that in the level format, then first 20 chapter will be one level. Second half, like 21st to like 40, second level, and next 41 to 60, third level. The style of Rachnanuvad is very fast. Means nowadays, if we start any Sanskrit other text, you know, new aspirants, new students, they will run away. But style of Rachnanuvad is so beautiful that you will always feel Sanskrit, I am getting it. So I am not losing grip over Sanskrit. You will always feel. This is the advantage of this text. Rachnanuvad Kaumudi. Kapil Dwivedi. Kapil Dwivedi is the composer of this text. In Chinmay Mission, we have our committee working over this book. They are bringing this book in English format, so new learners can fastly pick up all these ideas. Okay, so first level, we can say first 20 chapter. The speed of this book is little bit fast. You know, we have to grasp many things. And important factor about this Sanskrit is whatever you learn on first day, you should not forget that on a next day or next class. You learn any language in this world, you should not forget from basic up to advanced. These are the some few things, like 60 chapters. My idea is you will understand when I show you first chapter how much it will take. But when you complete one chapter, there will not be single chance or there will not be any room of not understanding the subject matter. They will clarify that subject matter so much so that you will never forget it. This is the advantage. What happens when we learn other text? We study that. After sometimes we forget that, because that much practice has not been done by us, or we don't have that much time also. This is also another thing. But here they will make sure that you learn all the things. So today I will tell you the overview of full grammar. What all things we are going to learn? How many things are there? It may be too much for you, but we can write down. Whenever you have any doubt, you can tell me. I will stop and we can again discuss over it. Okay. So now first I will show you how the text format is. That is very important. You must understand how the text format is. Then you will appreciate it more and more. Yeah, I'm just sharing my screen. Yeah, if you have your book with you, then you can open page number 2. Page number 2 you can open. I'm going to explain that what it is. And then brief overview of whole Sanskrit. How many genders are there? Many things in that. Okay, some light is there so much, but we will adjust today. Yeah. Yes. See, you all are now keen towards learning Sanskrit, so I am not making it interesting. Otherwise, we take quiz, then Subhashit, many things in that, so that you get that steam is always maintained. So we are just directly entering into this Sanskrit part. Okay, so earlier I used to take Subhashit and all, so that you develop interest in this. Okay. So this is actually the format. You can see first chapter. And I told you the speed of this chapter is little bit fast. Yeah. Now you can see see 25 words they are going to tell us in first chapter. Out of them, because Rupaji also has been doing this, and we all other also studying in different levels. So we know many things in first chapter. But as we go to second, third, fourth, the difficulty level increases. So what happens? 25, maximum 25 letter, 25 words they are going to tell us in each chapter. Okay. So ka, kha, ga, and gha is also there, which is not included in first chapter. Okay. Ka, kha. Ka means like first, second, third, they have included. This is the first chapter. In that they are telling us, okay, ka means this, kha means this, ga means this. Now onwards, they will not tell us, oh, what is there in ka, what is there in kha. We have to understand on ourselves. Okay. So I will explain you what is this. So in ka, in this ka portion, always there will be noun or pronoun. We all know naam or sarvanam. There will be that in this ka portion. Always. Kha means all dhatu. Dhatu means verbs will be there in this kha portion. Yes. And thereafter avyaya. Avyaya means indeclinables, which never declines. Like Rupaji, you sent me that answers. In that you say atrat. So atra, tatra, kutra, anyatra, these all are indeclinables. Like Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, they don't decline like that. So this is the main thing. Means what? Indeclinables will be there in Ga portion under Ga topic. Any question?
What is declinable? I didn't understand, sir.
Okay, what is declinable? Like Meenakshi ji, we saw
Yes.
Ramaha gacchati. So
Oh.
main word is Rama, and it declines in 7 vibhaktis like Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramaha, Ramam, Raman. We saw that. That is called
Yes.
declensions. Means one original word declines in 7 vibhaktis. That is called declensions or declinables. And
You mean you're expressing it in 7 ways?
yeah, like we say in English, from, of, on, in, all these are declensions, like cases, first case, second case, 7th case, like that. So here atra shabda, tatra shabda, kutra shabda, these are indeclinables. They will never be like atraha, atrau, atraha, never. Anywhere they will come atra, tatra, this way. These are called indeclinables, which are there in ga. So ka means all noun and pronouns. Kha means all verbs, and ga means all declinables. Now, if you open 68th chapter also, there will be ka, there will be kha, ga, and gha all. But there they will not tell you, kha means the verbs. They will not tell you. So once they will tell you. So this is the main idea. It is called Shabda Kosha, vocabulary we can say. Okay. Yeah. And this is named here Rachananuvada Kaumudi. Rachananuvada Kaumudi. Yeah, this is the name of that text. Okay. This text is in Hindi. You know, many of us, we don't know Marathi, but Hindi we are little bit familiar. So we can go with Hindi. I will translate in English. If you ask me in Marathi, I will tell you in Marathi. If you ask in Hindi, I will tell you in Hindi. Okay. So now this format I told you. Okay. Now when you come down, so what all things we are going to learn in this chapter? In the beginning of every chapter, they will tell us, okay, you are going to learn lat, lakar in this. How many lakars are there? That overview, second break, I will tell you. Now you see, okay. Vasanji, we have words in that, but we don't know what to do with these words. So that will be told to you in this way, like second, third. They will tell you what to do with these words. Like Saha word is there or Ramaha word is there. What to do with that, we don't know. So they will tell you all exhaustive information, what to do with that Rama Shabda, what to do with this Bhu Dhatu. Yeah, they will tell you that. And now next thing will be whatever portion, subject matter of this chapter will be told here below the declension. First word, then what to do with that word, and then what are we going to learn in this chapter. Okay. And then once we learn that, then rules. You see how beautiful structure is. You learn portion and rules about that portion right away. We don't have to learn somewhere else rule, somewhere else portion. No, right away rule in that chapter. Then rule will be told in Sanskrit language, like you can see here. Apadam na prayunjita. So these are what? These are actually sutra. Sutra came where? Sutra came in Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi or Siddhanta Kaumudi. Siddhanta Kaumudi, Ashtadhyayi, all these are advanced things. From there, they have, fetched all, extracted all information and put in this 60 chapter. This is the beauty. See, if you go for higher text and our skills are very, beginning level and challenges are more, then we feel we are afraid. And our skills are good and the subject matter is very low, then we feel boredom. So when skills and subject matter, they matches with each other, then the concentration is more and then we develop test for it. So this is the text which will definitely help you to develop test also, and it will give more and more knowledge. You cannot, after 10 chapter, you will feel how much I know now. Means I cannot resist also sometimes, like I cannot register everything. That much knowledge they will give in 10 chapters. Means what? If you want to study Sanskrit, it takes, properly Sanskrit, if you want to study, it will take 2 years. Minimum 2 years. Proper Sanskrit means I will utter words and you will understand. I will give you English line and you will translate it. 2 years minimum. If you learn this book, minimum, I'm telling you, minimum 20 chapters if you learn, you can do wonders in Sanskrit. 20 chapters will give you, full confidence and idea what all there in this Sanskrit. And then after 20th chapter, elaboration is there. How this bhu became bhavati, all these things, and many rules. But basic is covered in 20th chapter. Okay. So vocabulary, what to do with that word, then what are we going to learn subject matter and rule regarding that subject matter. And this will be followed till the 68th chapter. Okay, this thing I explained, because what text we are going to study is unique. That is why output will be unique. We are not going to study Sanskrit, different kind of Sanskrit. No, same Sanskrit, but well structured. Well structured. There is nowadays there is SIP. We also invest our money, but not systematically. We invest, but SIP means systematic investing plan. The same way, everybody learns Sanskrit. Some people, they say, I want to just speak like aham gachami, aham khadami, like that. They study in that way, but full grip is not there. If you ask them what is lat lakar, we don't know lat lakar. But if you learn this text, any question regarding Sanskrit, you will know. Whenever you utter a single sentence, you know what rules are here. You will tell any sentence with rules only, because rules are covered here. Okay, so once you learn Shabda, how to decline them, what is subject matter, and then rules, after that, then there comes the next part, which is the study. Means now you have to practice. Okay, so do they give us directly practice sentences? No, they will give us udaharan vakya. Each chapter will have this. Like sometimes when we read Sanskrit Banao, we don't know what to make of this sentence, but there will be same sentence solved in udaharan vakya. Sometimes I don't know वह मनुष्य कहाँ जाता है. I don't know how to exactly translate this. So there will be some translation given above in this Udaharan Vakya. As we go ahead, they will not give you Hindi version. They will give you directly Sanskrit version. So Udaharan Vakya they will give. Done. So far so good. Once they give Udaharan Vakya, then they will ask us to do that. Sanskrit banao. Then they will tell you now make 10, 20 sentences, maximum 20 sentences they will give for each chapter. If you make 20 sentences, your subject is thorough now. You are well prepared for that. Because already you saw subject matter, then rules for that, then Udaharan Vakya, then Sanskrit banao. Means your 50% work is done by them only. Okay. So when you make Udaharan Sanskrit banao Vakya, then you are perfect. But Vasanji, what about the rules revision? Okay, there is no rule revision. So here when you come in third, they will give some Ashuddha Vakya, like wrong sentences, and Shuddha Vakya also, right sentences also. Now you have to figure out that whether it is right or wrong sentence. So Ashuddha Vakya, Shuddha Vakya. And when you do any Shuddha Vakya, see, if you have longer time to learn, you go through all. Otherwise, I suggest Sanskrit banao and you make singular into plural. What is that? That also we'll see here. Okay. So now Shuddha Vakya, Ashuddha Vakya. So here rules will be clear. Yeah. If not here, then Shuddha Karo Tatha Niyam Batao. Like they will give wrong sentence. Saha Pathanti. It is wrong. Te Pathanti. So when you say Te Pathanti, means rule is also recalled here. You see, there is no chance that I forgot this rule to say. This is 100%, truly meant for, dedicated seekers. And we all are, because we have we have come so far. So we are dedicated seekers. Here, whatever best you can try, you do. Okay. My part will be, I will be posting this. I will be checking your sentences. But I'm sure when I teach, there will not be any ambiguity, any doubt regarding the subject matter. This is the so far result I have. So now Shuddha Karo Tatha Niyam Batao. Niyam Batao means yes, you just recall in your mind, or once in a while I will ask what happened. Nrupaha Gachanti. What happened there? Okay. Then you have to make it a fair sentence and then this. Okay. Then for extra, see, you need not be afraid. These many things in one chapter. Initially, it will take time. Then later, you will fly just like that. Now, second is our almost 80% brain is prepared. What we have learned, how to use them, how to say it also, we are prepared. Now, the next part is, in same chapter, we learned how to make singular, plural, dual. We learned that, but we did not practice how to make singular into dual, how to make dual into singular. So that practice will be done in this abhyas. For example, दो क के वाक्यों को द्विवचन और बहुवचन में बदलो. Like do ka means what? How to see that? That also I will tell you on the very first day. Do ka. See, in do ka, वह लिखता है. सह लिखति we all know because we have done that much study. वह लिखता है. When we say that, so we write सह लिखति. But what about dual? What about plural? So that practice will be done by those exercises. Okay. It is up to your interest how much you want to practice it. And you feel I know this, but still you write it down. Okay. Now this. Then wherever dvivachan is there, they will tell you make it into singular. Dvivachan means dual. Wherever plural is there, they will ask you that. and they will say Balak Nrupa Vidyalaya Prathama Karta. Ha. See, whatever we saw regarding that only practices. So this is how unfoldment of Sanskrit study will be. Yeah. Regarding this, any doubt? Because we haven't studied anything. Just I told you the format. And as per my understanding, this is the best. I have learned other text also, but out of them, among them, I feel this is the best text for a beginner. Very few, very little material and thorough practice is done here. The newcomer will say, yeah, I know now, I can do this. Otherwise, you go anywhere, you will feel, I can't do this Sanskrit.
I have a question.
Yeah, yes.
Do they have the answers? वो संस्कृत बनाओ तो behind, are there any answers given for us to go back and look with we done it correctly or no?
No. Answers you may find in that Udaharan Vakya only. Answers means similar sentences.
Similar sentence.
Yeah, answers I have prepared in Word file. So when you, I will send that when you write it whole. So this is the
Abhyas 1. So much is there, no? First is written tha, then saha, like that. What is that? First line in the first.
That we will see once you have you understood the structure first. What is what is yes, structure is fine. Okay. Then in overview, I will explain you all things like how many lakars are there. Lakars means what? Dvivachan means what? Nama, Sarvanama, how many Purusha, how many Linga. That things in next half I will explain that. Any doubt regarding this? Do you feel is it a good text or too much is given in one chapter? Actually, in 10 minutes, you will solve 20 sentences. When you understand subject matter, in 20 sentences, you will write in 10 minutes. This is my word to you. Because once you understand वे लिखते हैं, so already you know what is वे लिखते हैं, and we have practiced it also. Means when we study that time. Let us see. There is no harm in exploring in new text and new things. Okay, like that, 60 chapters will be there, and almost all Sanskrit. I am telling you in 20 chapter, 21st chapter, like first 20 chapters, 50-70% of Sanskrit is covered. You can parse any shloka, you can rearrange it, you can understand vibhakti and all things also. Yes? This is so far my experience. Yeah. Any question regarding this?
How much time does the 60 chapters take?
60 chapter takes actually too much time. Means if we take 8 classes in a month, if we are going with little bit good pace, then we can complete 4 chapters, like 1 chapter, 2 days, 2 hours. Like 1 class, I will explain all. Next class, you will bring sentences written. And in that class, we will check that sentences also. And we'll discuss some more subject matter. If too much rules are there, then. So 2 classes, 1 chapter we can finish.
Okay.
I have gone up to 40 chapters with 1 batch. So it took 5-6 months. But their Sanskrit level, and they never studied Sanskrit. They did not know anything. But today now they can, I will talk in Sanskrit and they will understand it also. And they will reply it little bit here and there in Sanskrit, which they did not know before. So that much they do. You will have, see, any scholars ask you any question regarding Sanskrit, you will be able to answer it. If 40 chapters, 20 chapters, you will be able to understand and parse word, rearrange it, apply rules, all these things. 40 chapters, any question you can answer. 60 chapters, you will be master in Sanskrit. Means so much so that You can compose shloka also, because that is also covered. But it is a little bit higher leap, we can see. Now in next second half, I will tell you what all things we have, like overview of full Sanskrit. What gender, these, that, how to identify genders, basic normal things I will tell you. So today just introduction structure about the text and how the unfoldment will be, that I told you. And now the important overview of full Sanskrit. You will write it down and we will explore into that. Okay, you all will get back into 1 minute.